Urban Therapy with Sunset 752, and this your daily go-getterism number 821 for January 1st, 2016. It's New Year's Day. It's kind of hard to say 2017 when I've been saying 2016 for the past 365 days. But we're going to have to get it together. Especially when you write it down, you know how you get used to writing something for the whole year, but you have to change it like each individual month. Sometimes you can slip up and write something like the 32nd of the month or whatever. But anyway, tonight. Oh, by the way, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. I hope that this year brings you good health, happiness, prosperity, and good fortune, straight up and down. All right, I mean that. Listen, tonight I want to talk to y'all about love and EFFECTion. Love and EFFECTion, not love and affection. It's just like a play on words, and we're going to be talking about the way that love has an effect on you. What effect does love have on you? And when I say love, I'm not even just talking about romantic love. You know, that's only one part of the whole love equation. It's one part of the love pie. Now, it is a part of the love pie that a lot of people do put a lot of their concentration on, and I can't blame them. Everyone wants love in the form of a romantic relationship. You want to finally find somebody that you consider to be your soulmate, somebody that you can really saddle up next to, not just for cuffing season, but for any season. Somebody that gets you, somebody that really understands you, somebody that you feel is all up in your heart, and somebody that you have gotten all up in their heart too, you know? So, but when you talk about the effect that love has on you, not just the romantic love, but when you start talking about being shown love, being shown what love is in a healthy way from the time that you came out of your mom's womb until the time that you died. The developmental years for any man or woman, we're talking about from the time that you are an infant up until pre-adolescent and then adolescents, teenagers. Those years are so important, man, because those are the years where you really need to be shown what love is in a healthy way and how it should play out. But those seem to be the years where we drop the ball the most. And we wind up having a lot of regrets about that. So if you've never been shown what a healthy dose of love is, and when I say a healthy dose of love, when you know that love is healthy when it gives to you, when it makes you want to seek out more and give more because of the effect that it has had on you. You know, like when you are told that you are beautiful, handsome, special, smart, relevant, when ambitious, and that you can be anything that you want, when you're told that you're gifted, and not just being told those things, but being told those things are very important. Some people try to discount the importance of being told something, but being told something is very important, especially for a young child, because those are the years when you develop trust. When the people who are raising you, the people who are developing you, you look to them for truth. And if they don't tell you the truth, or if they give you a truth that's false, like if they tell you that you're ugly when you're really handsome, then you get a situation where, remember that show The Munsters, when the niece was the only one that looked totally human, and all the rest of the family looked like monsters, looked like horror film vampires, werewolves, what else, witches, and Frankenstein. They had her believing that she was the ugly duckling of the family when she was really the pretty one. Well, supposedly pretty. Y'all know how I go with that Hollywood thing. But nonetheless, the same thing can happen with a child. And if during the developmental stages of childhood, if you make a child believe that they are ugly and stupid and irrelevant and unimportant and are really never going to be anything, if you make them think that they're bad when they're really good, and you make them think that nobody really cares for them when they do, and all those kind of stuff, that's the opposite of love, and it's the opposite of healthy love. And some people try to justify that by saying that the world is a cruel place and the world is not always going to show you love. So, you know, you need to be shown how to toughen up from the beginning. But those are the years when you develop a very bitter person. When you could develop a serial murderer, a serial killer, those kind of things. The developmental years of a child's life is the time when you gotta punch that love through. You gotta reinforce it time and time again. You know, when they fail at something, you have to let them know that they should try again because they're going to win again. And when you do that for a child, they will be able to assist other people. You know how in school they always teach you to share. They always teach children to share. I don't know if everybody thinks about the reasons that they do that. Because if a child doesn't learn to share when they're young, they won't learn it ever. They won't learn it. So if as a parent you don't teach your child that sharing is important, they won't ever think that it's important. You are their first teachers. Even older siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, what's the other? Grandparents. All those guardians, friends of the family who care. All y'all are very important in the developmental stages of a child's life. Giving that love. So I've been spending time in this video talking about that because, you know, when you don't get that love in the beginning, when you don't get a healthy idea of what healthy love is, it can turn you into an abuser or it can turn you into an abused person. And far too often it happens that way. We don't need no more of that. You know, we have so many problems in our community that we don't need another person that really doesn't love themselves and is unable to give love to anyone else. Now, speaking of that, some people say that you have to love yourself before you can love someone else. And that's not true. At least I don't think it is. And the reason that I don't think that it's true is because if you don't love yourself, you might find it easier to love somebody else because you don't think that you're worthy of love, but you may think that everybody else out there in the world is worthy of love, you know? So you got to be careful. Now, I understand what people mean by if you don't love yourself, then you can't love anyone else. They mean that in terms of being able to truly give yourself to somebody, to be able to trust somebody, to be able to give love in a way that is strong and that is reinforcing. I believe that's what they mean by that, and that's cool. I don't have no problem with that at all. But I just know that it is possible to love somebody without loving yourself. But the way that turns out a lot of times is that you love someone else, you don't love yourself, and you wind up being with somebody who is a predator or an abuser or something like that. You wind up being preyed upon and abused. We don't need that. The effects of love. Love ain't affection. I don't know if y'all have ever met anybody that is not used to intimate contact, that type of love. I don't mean just fucking. I mean intimate contact. You know, hand holding, warm hugs, pats on the back, an embrace, you know, walking arm in arm. Healthy touch. Some people haven't really been exposed to that. It's true. It's true. I've known women who claim that every time that they've had sex, it's been on some old rough, pornographic shit, whatever, or just not ever shown any intimacy. You know, even sexual contact in some type of loving way. I'm not saying that you have to make love every time that you have sex, but why would you want to lay down with somebody that you don't have any feelings for or that you don't think has any feelings for you? I mean, you could be a prostitute on the street if that's what you want to do. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be that way. The effects of love. Speaking of prostitution. Speaking of pimping and all that kind of stuff. a lot of those people who are out there like that have never been shown love in their lives. And that's with the hoes and the pimps. A lot of the prostitutes have run away. They come from small towns where they never received love, or they were exposed to all types of abuse, sexual abuse, incest, all that kind of stuff, and they wanted to get away. They didn't see any other way out. So they decided to run away, and they went to a place where they didn't really know anybody. And the only way that they could escape or survive was selling their body on the streets. Now that doesn't mean that every case out there is like that, but it can happen, and it has happened. So that's one of the ways that love can have an effect on you. And the same thing with the pimps. If you really love women, you wouldn't be able to treat them in that manner. You wouldn't even be able to think about them in that manner. A lot of times pimps have problems with their mothers. A lot of times they didn't love their mother, or feel like their mother never loved them, so they don't have any problem dissing women or treating them like shit for profit. And we glorify this kind of shit. We glorify all types of examples where love is lost, or has never been given, or is lacking. We don't mean to, but we in this keep it real society nowadays. Sometimes we use the term show love, but we don't really give enough credence to what love truly is and what it should mean to all of us. And we got to do better than that. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, when you start talking about the effection of love and effection, when you start talking about the effect that love has on a person, when you're not shown love in a healthy way, when you're not even shown what a healthy relationship should look like of any kind, whether it's familial, business, personal, friendship, what's that other thing? Social, whatever. Yeah. When you haven't been shown love in a healthy way, then it's going to be hard for you to express it or invent a healthy way of showing it. So you can wind up making excuses for doing the things that you do. Because mistakes are going to be made when you don't know. When you don't practice health in a lot of things, there's a good chance that you're going to put yourself in a position to be hurt. You don't want to do that. Don't nobody want to do that. So look out for yourselves, man. 2017, try to get more in tune with the healthy side of whatever you do. I don't care whether we're talking about love. I don't care if we're talking about affection. I don't care if we're talking about your job. I don't care if we're talking about your career. I don't care if we're talking about your friends, your social life, your clubs, your organizations. I don't care if we're talking about your finances, your community. Anything that's healthy is good. Anything that's healthy is good. Anything that's unhealthy is bad. It's really cut and dry. But you have to find out the true definition of what health means, what it should mean to you, how it should play out, and how you can keep the cycle going in a positive way. You want to make sure that you practice health in your life at all times. Check it out. The Daily Go Getimism show is every single day at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call-in number is 319-527-6199. blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. Peace. Holla at y'all later. Tomorrow, you know what I mean?